Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, changers are coming to Millwood Avenue in hopes to make it a safer road. And a Texas state trooper is ejected from the field after foul play against a USC player. But first, flights are taking off again as TSA agents are finally receiving their pay just in time for the holidays. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kayla Oliver. Our top story today, if you're planning to fly for the holidays, the trip could be a little less bumpy in the week ahead. Now that the federal government has reopened, flights are resuming nationwide, and no more air traffic cuts are being expected. But passengers at some of the country's busiest airports, from New York to Los Angeles, still face delays. Still, you might want to double check your flights as schedules stabilize over the next few days and holiday travel picks up. According to an internal White House memo obtained by Semaphore, TSA agents and other federal workers who missed paychecks during the shutdown are expected to receive their back pay tomorrow. A different kind of federal activity is raising concerns on the ground. Federal immigration officers are reportedly on their way to Raleigh as enforcement teams expand their operations in North Carolina. Last night, people took to the streets of Charlotte to protest the raids in that city over the past 2 days. The Department of Homeland Security reports more than 130 arrests over the weekend. Local leaders in both cities say police will continue normal patrols and urge residents who feel threatened or confused to call for help if needed. As conflicts continue to unfold in Charlotte, racial tensions are surfacing here on campus. A USC spokesman said that university housing is in the process of removing whiteboards in residence halls following complaints about offensive messaging. This comes after one student found her previous message on her dorm room board erased and replaced with vulgar language and racial slurs.
It made me feel uncomfortable that something that was supposed to bring joy to our dorm turned into something that was unkind.
Carolina Insider obtained an image of the whiteboard. Due to sensitive language, we have decided to blur some of the imagery as these messages are inappropriate and offensive. Hoping to erase concerns about safety, the City of Columbia has a new clear bag policy in place at Finley Park. The park reopened this weekend with much fanfare and a little controversy. Here with that story in today's Soda Scene is our Carolina Insider's Mia Terry. Mia?
Thanks, Kayla. I'm here at Finley Park, which just reopened over the weekend. With its grand reopening comes a contentious policy that looms over the community. According to Watch Fox 57, city officials say a clear bag policy will remain in place at Finley Park to enhance public safety. There are several exemptions to the rule, including if your bag is unclear, it can be checked in and tagged. Columbia City Manager Teresa Wilson defended this policy, stating that it was part of a wider effort to balance safety concerns with public input.
I like it. I mean, I'm indifferent about it. I understand why they're doing it.
As more people are excited to enjoy the park, we'll see how city officials choose to consider public safety and accessibility for all. Back to you in the studio, Kayla.
Thank you, Mia. The city is also taking steps to keep pedestrians safe along Millwood Avenue. Our Carolina Insider's Isabella Augustino brings us the details.
Sirens, breezing through red lights, heavy foot traffic. All of these things are everyday occurrences along Millwood Avenue.
Yes, I struggled across the road.
This is Dreher High School security guard Mel Darden. Every day he stands at the corner of Millwood Avenue and is alarmed that having 4 lanes, 4 businesses, and a school creates a dangerous mix of traffic.
Cars are coming down doing 30, 35, 40 miles an hour. It's hard to get across with one light.
I'm crossing the intersection of Millwood Avenue and Divine Street, where these 4 lanes of heavy traffic actually act as the commute for most students attending Dreher High School. And between the lack of signage and high traffic area, these are the reasons why Columbia is ranked the 12th most dangerous metropolitan city for pedestrians.
Other data from the city says that 43% of crashes resulted in the death of a pedestrian. Overall, crashes with pedestrians total up to almost $700 million in economic costs to the city. The South Carolina Department of Transportation declined an interview, but says improvements are still under review for Millwood. In previous years, they resurfaced the road and added better bike lanes. They also added this high-intensity activated crosswalk signal designed specifically to enhance pedestrian safety. Next, the DOT says it will put up more visible signage, pavement markings, better signals, curb extensions, and raised mediums. Within the next year, the SCDOT hopes to have the design fully developed, and by 2027, construction is projected to begin. For Carolina Insider, I'm Isabella Augustino.
Turning to Gamecock football, in a weekly teleconference, South Carolina head coach Shane Beamer says he plans to hire the Gamecocks' next offensive coordinator as soon as possible after the Clemson game. Beamer says the timing will help their recruiting and off-season preparation. An incident from last Saturday's game continues to generate attention. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, a Texas state trooper was sent home after a brief confrontation with USC receiver Nick Harbor in the stadium tunnel after his 80-yard touchdown. The agency says its Office of Inspector General is reviewing the interaction. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Thursday.